that edge just looks so enticing.
Tam is A. B. Tam will be moving.
I was too slow.
Joy! More's better, right?
Oh hey, I found my container whatever of antacids that I was looking for when I had heartburn.
Now put it back somewhere. You'll definitely not lose next time.
Absolutely.
Put it in your medicine cabinet.
I should just put it in my fucking backpack because it happens often enough. Fortunately, at work they have a medicine, like first aid box, and one of the things they have in it are antacids. B. Middle. Oh, we are fucked. Nope, only one person's fucked. Optimize fire. And then get in. Alright, that was the other pattern.
And then get away. And,
Yeah, I think we definitely need to have corners. We need to have quadrants that we're going to be in. So, just for orientation, I'm going to stick down the one marker in the middle. But I'm going to assume like absolute north position. Let's do the mid-Guardzomer split. So, here, I want to steal that A marker again. Or sorry, the 1 and 2 marker. So assuming the boss is here and the beam is going like that, so we'll have, this is like the X marker. Get in your corners that are safe, that you should be in. This is the same as Mid-Guardzomer, so this is going to be north, south, east, or west. She's doing the X shape here.
I'm
You
really
shouldn't-
confused with these.
She shouldn't do an X shape. She should do it based on where she's facing when she goes to do it. Like when you had her facing west, she did it on cardinal directions.
All right. Well, then let's assume that we always have it going perfect north, south, east, west. Then, get in the corners that you should be in. Based off of that. Okay, and then just spread out so that you are not touching that person. Then we're going to collapse back at the one spot in this particular pattern, unless you got hit. And then we're going to run
Spread
out of
8
his... Spread 8 ways out of his shit. Alright.
well, after the fire, we need to come back in under him. Then we need to get away from him again.
Yes. Well, we're already going to be stacking. Right? So we're going to be stacking for the pile pitch.
Then right after that is the fire.
Let me check. It is... Yeah, pile pitch, and then fire, and then you stack under him again. So it's basically... we're going to get out into our quadrants. Then we're going to get in for the pile pitch. Then we're going to get out 8-way for fire, and then we're going to get in again for his donut. So that one seems pretty easy. We just need to know which one that they're doing. And I think that's based on if if the female has synthetic blades, or what's the other one? Synthetic feet. I don't know.
Shield.
Horse feet.
Is shield? Well,
Well, that's the two things they use: is synthetic blades.
synthetic
or
blades and synthetic shield. Right. So are blades the plus, or is because shield is beyond defense, right?
That might be what his is.
I think
here.
beyond defense is just his charge attack that he does when he's choosing somebody to get a magic debuff down.
Okay. I cheated. I looked. Blades is the is pattern 2, which is the one that I have the image of in. Blades is the one where it's the pizza slice, the anti-pizza slice, the safe pizza slice, safe word pizza slice. So if we get synthetic shield, that's going to be the quadrant out, in, out, in. And if it's blades, then it's going to be spread out in the pattern as in the boss strats picture, stack on the red marker, and the red and by the red marker I mean that's the red marker. That should be enough space to dodge. So spread out, stack unless you got the thing, then run out of the AoE in your AoE spread. Yeah, alright.
Those are a lot of words. All I heard was go in for one thing, go out, then go in, then go out, then go in.
Yeah,
It's pretty
basically
much the same thing for both.
pretty much for both of them. The only difference is if it's blades, you spread out in that little column shape, and if it's shield, you spread out in the quadrant.
Carrot's gonna be moving.
Hey. Rip. Uh-oh, they're tethered. Did you see it? Beat.
Oh, right. Knockback doesn't stop that.
Cam's moving.
Can I borrow the one marker? So, placeholder. You probably should be closer to, like, there.
You were like over here, which is like too close to B.
So, like, I see what you're doing there with the with the image, with the markers and how they're spread out, but like, that is fundamentally no better than what we're doing.
So what do we keep dying to?
We keep dying to
going to-
people being way out of place, like you, consistently.
I was the fourth one to die because I was
You-
the other four
you were
people
the
that died
third
before me.
Died because you killed me.
How did I kill you if I was the fourth person to get hit?
Well, I was the fourth person to hit, and my whoever was sending it at me was too close because it hit me for 240.
Okay, so tell me how Purple 4 killed, because I'm real curious as to how that happened.
You were purple.
4 people. No,
I was purple 4.
guys. 4th person cannot kill other people unless you clip it. It doesn't work that way.
Right.
What happened was that time Tam was out, didn't make it in time. He got clipped. He was number 3.
I didn't see
4th
my
person
number in
cannot
time.
kill other people.
Right. Placeholder was purple 3, not 4.
A.
I'll be moving. Okay, so if you see here where the bosses are, you just want to be on the left or the right side of their current hitbox.
Oh, I
Of
was
course,
in the eye.
Tam had it in on the opposite side, so that was unfortunate.
Tam was also purple, so he should have been farther away from the eye.
Yes.
Well,
I think we just had
I
the
mean-
eye backwards on that one.
yeah. If the eye would have been on the other side, I would have been further away from it.
Yeah. It's like, if I wasn't wrong, I would have been right. Yeah, so like what I try to do, and I'm sure Tam is as well, but I can't see because it's is I try to position whichever boss I have so that the side of their hitbox is right next to the marker on the side opposite of the eyeball. And so if you're when we're getting into position for the pink and purple thing, you can actually just stand just outside of their hitbox on either the left or the right side, and that's as far as apart as you need to be. So you can actually use their hitbox as a guideline there. I'm ready. A. Pull him south a little bit. We are winners. All right, into the middle. Synthetic shield, so spread to your corners. Alright, get ready to stack. Stack in the middle. Middle. Absolute middle.
Yeah, I got hit by that first part though.
Oops. That sucks.
Oh, right.
And then the 8 ways.
Should not be stacked for that.
We're too fixated. It's like, the fight doesn't stop while we discuss.
There were
Are we
a
doing the
lot of
corners?
people.
I would say, are we doing
And-
corners, absolute corners, or are we doing them based on where the boss is facing? Because there were 4 people in our corner, so I don't know if I want to know if I would know.
This corner over here, the bosses jump north every time for that part.
Right. Well, you and Vice were not supposed to be
We
in
were
the north,
here.
east
We
corner.
were here.
No,
We-
no.
No, we were here.
I was staring
facing.
at A. I was between A and B. I was staring at A.
I believe we were in the bottom left corner relative to the eye, probably.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
where we were.
Well, that's what I'm asking. No.
It should be
Like, maybe-
absolute.
Okay. So A
Right,
is
so-
north. So.
A is always north,
Okay.
and you can use the 2 to reinforce that 2 is also pointing north. And we should also have the female boss pointing north as well. Just to make sure that it always lines up plus shape direction.
I'm wondering because when she dashed, she was like facing south.
I'm gonna cheat again.
For the dash? What the
Because she dashes to the middle. She is going to be in the middle.
It says the tank on Omega F keeps her facing north.
Because I
So-
did keep her facing north, and then she dashed to the middle and stopped facing north.
Okay, so I think you should be standing on. Can she move before then?
Like I position her as close to the middle as possible, and then I face her north, and then she dashes like to the middle, and then stops facing north.
In that case, like, if she like moves towards the middle and then stays facing whichever direction she's facing, then you pre-position by having her just slightly south of the middle. And then when she dashes to the middle, she'll be facing north. But,
Unless she's readjusting after she dashes. But I haven't seen anything. So I'm not really paying attention to her after she dashes.
So far, it's always been the plus shape, right? Like,
right, but
perfectly
the question
fine.
is if it's always, hang on a second, let me read this again. Yeah, okay. According to this, it says that she will always hit cardinal directions. I was reading the other thing. So she will always hit cardinal directions in the shield pattern, regardless of which way it looks like she's facing.
I think the way she's facing is only for the pie slice thing.
Right. But the optimized blizzard, which is the plus shape thing, always hits cardinals, according to this. So, I guess don't worry about which way that you are relative to her. You just want to pull her to the middle so that she does not jump very far. And you can already get into your your quadrant to start dodging, so that you don't have as far to run when you have to run out. Mhm.
I was gonna say it's like 11. We could
Oh, you want a break? Yeah.
take a break and reset the instance, yeah. Because we have 20 minutes left. I don't know. close our eyes for a couple minutes, maybe rest them.
That sounds dangerous.
Uh,
Whenever I do that at work, sometimes I wake up like 15 minutes later and I was like, no, I've been productive.
Well then, more sugar. Let's have
I guess now's a good time as any to answer the age-old question. What am I having for dinner tonight? And this is when Kanata recommends Taco Bell. And then I say gross, and then Kanata says Jack in the Box, and I'm like, you hate me, don't you?
And then I recommend Cherries. And you're like, that's like a million miles away.
It's true. If I decide to go to Sherry's, it's fine. It's just like, it's an hour and a half endeavor from start to finish.
At least it's open?
It's
Unless
true.
You could do Denny's.
I mean, Denny's is pretty much as close as Sherry's.
There's no Denny's like closer than half an hour away.
Well, so I'm in the middle of this suburban, like, gnarled knot. So, like, I'm 20 minutes away from everything except for this Jack in the Box that happens to be right at the entrance to, like, the subdivision that I'm in. There's actually another restaurant that's open till, like, 11. So, like, if I just left immediately, I could probably get there. It's just it's the, what? Lake Forest Park Grill. But I think they're on their, like, reduced menu. They're, like, late night menu at that point. So the options are just about, like, I wouldn't say the same quality tier as Jack in the Box, but kind of the same offerings. Everybody back?
Mm-hmm.
She's grabbing a glass of wine. She'll be back in a minute.
Otherwise known as grape juice.
Fermented grape juice, yes.
Oh, you guys just did it again. Sorry. Getting a drink.
Everyone's got to fill up their FF14 branded beer can helmet.
You mean Namazu?
What? Please tell me this was something from FanFest.
Namazu?
No. FF14 branded beer helmets.
No, but you could make it happen.
I mean, it was in Vegas, and I definitely saw beer helmets in Vegas. Oh, I just missed Nui.
That is something new.
I will be moving. B. I'm a little north. Maybe I'm a little north. I guess 9 more. What the heck happened? Did 2 purple die? Oh. Whoa! Just rest me. It doesn't matter. Look, I wasn't even the one hitting the wine. I have no excuse. Alright, eat. Tam will be moving. Pull a little south. Check your colors and numbers. Tank busters. Middle.
check the relative number, or not relative, absolute number.
Get to your corners to spread out for the thing. Get in. Yeah, we did not get past now. You just gotta trust. Once you see the blizzard go off, you just have to trust that somebody got hit and that you need to run into the middle, and then just be there unless you were the one who got hit. If you did get hit, you can actually just stay where you were standing before.
Firewall. It's the thing that chooses which one you can attack. I'm thinking that's a switch, but I could be wrong.
It could be random.
Yeah, it could be everyone could get randomly switched.
I got nothing for cards, so I'll pull one ready.
Well,
Fana, are you ready?
it's all upside, so. Does this mean that you're going to be doing this for 1 through 3 also?
Probably. Unless there's no reason not to.
That's up to you.
If we run away from this bubble again, I swear.
Get him position.
You can position yourself after the bubble.
You're lucky I have 2 procs this time, so I can.
I'll pull you in this bubble if you run out of it, it's all the same.
Wait, you don't want to be here. Like, this is the place you want to be. Oh.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You have a cheat code.
One of these days, I just want to hear Vi say, "Don't make me turn this raid around." So you got the voice for it.
You just be glad for getting this thing. And your stupid little stars.
You can call my stars a lot of things. Stupid is not gonna fly, mister.
Yeah, there's actually no reason for the range to be besides the stars.
Beep.
That's a good enough reason for me. To not die? That would be good.
Also, should I still be giving mana shifts to Kanata, or does Astro use a lot of mana?
I'll be moving.
It's worse than White Mage, I'll tell you that.
We're gonna pull it a little bit south.
The only thing that really makes it okay on Astro is that you actually can use those viewers now.
enchantment unlocked. Jump full in. Alright. I'll get out of your way. Alright, Pullman. Face north. Alright, get into your quadrants. Slant, I'll take the western-ish one. Alright, everyone in. Alright, run out 8 ways. 8 ways. 8 ways. And you don't have to run too far, you only have to run like to about the second or third ring
And then out again.
from the middle. Yes.
Yep.
It's
In, out.
Yes, in, out, in, out, in, out. Or
Perhaps
out, in.
even forward and back and forward and back and forward.
After this, we should actually just go run A11 Synced, just for the experience, for the people who weren't there for it.
Synced or unsynced? Unsynced will still probably die.
I
Gotta pull into that second
Just-
deal with this spear.
It's probably gonna.
No spear. Okay.
I don't know if I remember how to do that one.
neither do I. It's fine. I didn't even do it on tank. I wouldn't know if I tried.
That's right, you were healing.
Whoa! Whoa!
In air quotes.
Shots fired. Shots. That's fine. We're going to the middle next. Anyway. I mean, if you're a caster, sure.
Really?
Yes, it is.
Oh yeah, do you want to cover for that one? I totally have a cover I just haven't been using.
She's like, no, it's okay.
No, it's fine.
It was a crit. Because bosses just do that now.
Hey. Well, it was an aggro reset anyway, so. Tam will be moving, pull it a little bit south. Do I need to heal myself? middle. Synthetic shield again to your quadrants. You don't need to finish spreading out until they finish casting Beyond Defense. Alright. Now spread out. Stack in the middle. 8 ways. Get in. Oh, there's nothing after this. That's it. Oh, there is. I like
get away from the guy.
From the guy. Just from the guy. And she does the, just minor.
Can he not be
review.
that far? Is that possible?
Yeah. So
Like,
for when
I
we
didn't
run,
make it.
yeah, when we run out, we should probably run out for the fires. That is to. I accidentally killed the A marker. Like,
does he move after?
He moves to do his thing where he puts the Vuln on. I was standing on the third ring here, and he charged at me and did that. I didn't move from when we got out for the Istis, because I got hit by the Beyond Defense, and then he throws the pile pit.
yes, he throws the pile pit. So he moves twice. First, he moves to whoever he puts the magic debuff on. Then he stays there for the pile pitch. Then we run out for the fire, and he moves to a random person, and then does the donut move. So if we run too far out for the fire, then we will be too spread out for the donut move. So, like, A is as far out as you want to be for the fire, is the third ring from the middle.
Can I make a suggestion now?
Yes, sorry.
How about whoever is tanking the male stay in the middle for the fire, and then he'll just go back.
He doesn't always go to the middle. He picks a random person in the raid to target, not the tank.
He doesn't move anytime after that.
Right, his movement is all random. In fact, I wish I could grab this gift from the text guide, but I don't know what... It won't let me do that. Maybe if I copy the text as well. Yeah, no, I can't paste the GIF. But yeah, his two movements are both targeting a random member of the raid that is not necessarily the tank. Just watch this time, it's going to be the other pattern, because we've been getting a lot of practice on the other one.
Why are you so far away?
It was a 1 in 7 chance bias.
When I stood closer, Kanata and I would hit each other.
Tell Kanata to get the fuck closer to the edge.
I'm pretty close.
B.
I will be moving. Pull it a little north.
Yeah,
Ow.
they're too close.
Yeah, mail was not in a direct line between A and C.
I mean, it was close, but yeah.
Or placeholder's gonna do it.
Placeholder got it, and
Well, it's another synthetic shield. For what it's worth. Don't have enough people to do this mechanic. Beyond defense. To your space. And then you get in. And then you run out to your 8 ways. But only 3 spots. And then you... Yeah, see, that's too far out. That's like on the 5th ring, not on the 3rd ring.
The 3rd ring is too close.
I don't think that it is.
4th ring is probably okay, but 3rd, I don't think there's room.
There's actually plenty of time in the sprint. I was actually...
I'm using my sprint on the number blocks.
I'm like over there and I still think
Alright. Well, I mean, there's probably plenty of room then. Like, you can get on the 4th ring, but like, yeah, sure. The 4th, well, oh, never mind. I was like, maybe the 4th ring is the one that doesn't have any of that weird shit on it, but no, they all have the weird shit. It just rotates. Yeah, the 4th ring is exactly halfway between the middle and the edge also, so that's probably...
that really actually fits after...
Yep. Which one?
The one that get naked.
Oh, the donut? Okay.
'Cause I got there super late.
Wow. Yeah.
That's what's supposed to be done.
B.
pull it a little south. We can continue to. Sorry. That was shield again. No, that was that blades. That was blades. Okay, get in your positions. No one's in a position. Oh wait, what? That was.
By the eyeball, like right now. Oh wait, no, eyeball.
Did anyone
Eyeball doesn't happen during
be
the
on
phase.
defense at all?
I don't think anyone got the arguments.
So then maybe we should all stack up so that we can juke out of the ice.
Okay, hang on a sec. Yeah. It looks like, according to this, we nobody gets hit with the magic debuff in that particular configuration. So I'm going to delete those pictures that I made because they're not relevant. Basically, all the idea is stack up, and then you juke out of you stack up, juke out of the ice, juke back in for the wedge, and then you spread out 8 ways. So let me delete that message. Alright, so that's the blade pattern. Stack south of the boss-ish. Then we run out of the boss southeast. This is why, I guess, in this guide, this is arbitrary. In this guide, they suggest, or their particular thing is they pull the male boss to right there. So they're close to each other. They're just not like he's just a little bit off. In case it's the blade pattern, you can continue to have melee DPS uptime on the male when you're running out for the blizzard. Whereas if you're just like running arbitrary directions out of the blizzard, then you won't be able to DPS him. But the only 8-way that you have to worry for, so it's basically if we always have her facing north, like she's facing north. He's pulled there. we all are standing there so that we can DPS both her and the male, depending on which debuff you have. Then when the ice happens, you run there. You can continue DPSing both her and him. You might, like, melee might have to run out for like a split second because the blizzard's a little wide, but then immediately afterwards you stack up there because that's going to be the safe pie slice. Once again, you can continue DPSing. The male will jump onto everybody, and then he will do his radius attack, and that's when we run out 8 ways. And so it's just your normal 8-way direction to run out, and the fire's hit.
Really?
Absolutely.
And you still got me hit, you jerk! I think you might have negated my Surecast with...
Surecast should prevent rescue, just on principle.
I still had 2 seconds left on it and it knocked me back. I think you actually negated it. That's deep meta.
It is now.
I don't know if I want to play in that meta.
B. B team is moving. Gonna go a little south. I keep like trying to run back a little too soon and almost getting hit. Okay. Going to the middle. That was synthetic blades. So get to the south side. Get ready to, yeah, dodge southeast. Run behind her. run out 8 ways.
Fire. I was a healer alive.
Well,
Wow.
I died
Or
in
was
the
it?
right spot.
Oops.
Yeah.
Okay, so right when you said shield, he was immovable, so I could not position him in southeast corner.
Yeah, let's just always have him in that corner. Like, he doesn't have to be super far out, just like a little bit, so that they're not super stacked, and it should be fine. For either pattern, it should be fine. Like, because for the shield pattern, he's gonna just move randomly, so it doesn't matter where he starts. Last poll question mark. Yeah, I think we've gotten some good progress tonight. We don't need to like bang our heads against it.
I'd like to break through to the next mechanic. Yeah.
Calculated.
B. Alright, well, good pull, guys.
Almost done.
I'm gonna die. I have like 7 debuffs.
Might wanna. Ooh, what the
I'm dumb. It's fatal.
Alright. Well, there is a high chance that we might not get a whole lot of practice on this fight in coming weeks because of holiday travel and so forth. So if you are like super anxious about clearing this fight and you don't want to like wait, then feel free to pug your way to a clear and whatever. No one's gonna hold it against you. The only thing is just please don't come back with like spoilers on parts of the fight that we have not yet seen. But other than that, what do you guys want to do next week? I think I'm the only one who can't be here on Tuesday.
Was people not going to be here next week?
Only me, and only on Tuesday. As far as I know. At least no one else posted anything about next week.
Did Kanata actually get the calendar set up?
I did, but I don't think you actually want to use it.
I clicked on this link and it made no sense.
Yeah.
It's like
Such confidence.
What does this thing even do? I can click on these boxes and I can make a box light up.
It's a pretty garbage. So what you do is you go to like December, and then you'll see Tuesdays and Wednesdays have a 1 next to them. You click on them, click on the one that you can't make it to. For example, Carrot cannot do December 4th. So you scroll down, events for selected date, view event with ID, except don't actually view it, just copy and paste that ID.
Of course. This is a great user interface. Alright.
I don't know where we copy this thing. I don't know how. Okay, so.
You have to retype out the 18-digit ID.
No, it's at the bottom, event ID. If you click viewing event, it'll be at the very bottom, event ID. And then you gotta do like exclamation point RSVP.
Here's a better idea.
And then paste.
How
Why
about
don't we
not
just say
use this?
fuck it and use Doodle?
I don't know, Doodle.
Doodle is a thing where you just put in the days and the times, and people check off yes, no, maybe, or whatever things you want to do for that.
Yeah.
It's stupid easy to set up, and all you got to do is have a share link.
But it doesn't integrate with Discord directly. I thought this calendar would be a little more useful.
Well, clearly neither does this thing. So
This thing's a piece of garbage. I'm gonna delete these.
It
boxes.
has a free trial.
Doodle, unless they changed it, is free in general.
Well, if it's Doodle, as in doodle.com, it says start free trial, which implies that there's a not free trial or a trial ends at some point.
Maybe they changed it.
Maybe they're like, all right, we had enough people who were free beta testers, and so now we can go public.
That's what the company that I used to use for UI mockups. Balsamic. It was great. It was perfect. And yeah. Now they charge money for it.
Damn monetization of ideas.
Well, anyway.
Oh no, Doodle is free forever. It just has ads.
Oh. Which I never see because ad blocker. Yeah.
You know what else has ADS?
EDS?
11.
Oh, I was gonna say. I was just gonna say Turn 1.
A11 has ads?
No, ADS was the tank buster.
So is anyone else wanting to do expert?
I gotta go. Food. Good night. Also, I'm gonna log on to Monster Hunter and craft my stuff, and then I'm thinking I'm done gaming for tonight. I ended up staying up too late last night. So see you all.
Kanata said mistakes were made.
Not as bad as a couple nights ago when I was up until 3, but you know.
I will make a doodle.
Are you still swearing off expert, Kanata?
Okay.
Aww. Alright, see you later.
See you.
Good night.
Am I taking? Looks like I'm taking.
Yes.
Okay. I'll do it until it hard caps.
If you keep spending them, you'll never hard.
That's true.
And then they'll all just become poetics in 8 months. 7 months. At this point.
That's a long time. Can't provoke the treasure coffer. This time I will not provoke the treasure coffer.
I mean, if you want.
Doesn't do anything.
I mean, I applaud your decision, but perfectly wronged. Okay, or just drop it where I want.
Would not go on.
started tree casting with the dragon house. 50-50 I get through. Oh shit, Dory didn't. Mechanics. G's tank. Not bad, since we didn't bring any of the cheat classes.
Double summoner.
Double summoner, scholar, warrior.
I think white mage is probably better than scholar.
Yeah, probably. Double summoner, white mage, warrior.
Yeah. That's probably the fastest. Though I don't know, black mage is pretty good too. It's one of the two. Not really sure. Because black mage does better damage on a single target, so. But maybe I just don't know how to play summoner. That said, summoners, if I'm that much worse than a summoner than top players, then I don't know what I'm missing because I'm hit. Maybe it's just one of those things where you gotta line things up better.
You need to meld strength so you can hit the buttons harder.
Are we doing Heaven on High tomorrow?
I think we are. I thought we were only taking 2 weeks off.
That's what I thought too, but I haven't heard from Dark, so.
We'll find out then.
It's Trevin! He lives.
Trevin's alive.
I like how we asked the same question. shows my email. I guess y'all know all my emails now.
Doesn't show your email.
Oh, okay, cool.
Like, you're the one who should see the email because you're the admin. But your email shouldn't show up to us.
Okay.
It just shows your real name.
Really? Really? But I changed it. Refresh?
No, raid by.
Well, let's see.
Oh, right. Poop.
Because we didn't already know your real name because of your roommate.
You're right. Yeah, well...
And Carrot occasionally calls you by your real name.
Yeah, but you didn't know my last name. I mean, some people didn't.
I mean, I do.
Yeah, well, you and Placeholder do, and Carrot
I mean,
does,
we can
and
put two and
Sludge
we can put two and two together by your first name and look at any one of those people who might be our Facebook friends as friends list.
Oh, this is
Deductive reasoning.
yeah. Well, it's okay. It's not like everybody already knows it.
Are you? I don't even know.
They made the interface a lot prettier.
Yeah, it looks real nice.
Like, it used to just be like black and white, like wireframey stuff. And I think you could color boxes, but that was like it.
Can you raid from a train?
Does your train have internet?
No. But I could be on my... Well, I'm gonna have to be raiding from my portable Wi-Fi anyway. Actually, that's a terrible idea. I'm just not...
Well, the better question is, what kind of train?
Shinkansen. I think there's too many mountains. But maybe it has Wi-Fi service. I can look this up. There's free Wi-Fi. Well, that's not what I want. And you have to pre-register to use it. RIP.
So you can't get it?
I need a subscription from NTT, SoftBank, or UQ. Registration and payment. Yeah, it's not happening.
Okay. Well, you might be able to. It would depend on the infrastructure along the route. But if they have Wi-Fi along the route, they probably are doing it 5G based, which means your hotspot might work.
Well, the thing is, it's a lot of mountain stuff. And that, well, yeah, it would make the trip a lot less boring. But probably
I mean,
not.
you're on a bullet train, man. Come on.
For 6 hours. The first like 30 minutes are pretty cool when it goes up to 320. But then the other like 5.5 hours, like, welp, this is like super comfortable. I guess I'll take a nap.
I mean, that's a shorter trip than like a cross-country flight in the U.S.
It is, but you're only going like a couple 100 miles. Is the sad part.
For 6 hours? More than that.
So what, 1200 km? So 800 miles? That's a good 2-hour flight. Because it also stops, right?
Ah, yes, that is true.
It doesn't stop for long, but you gotta go from 0 to 300 to 0 to 300.
I'm guessing it's cheaper than like a domestic flight, or well, actually, I know the highways in Japan are stupid expensive.
I don't think it's cheaper than a flight, actually.
Yeah, like I was watching a video about like people road tripping from like the Tokyo-ish area down to like Okinawa, and they're like, "Oh yeah, this cost us like $400 US in tolls."
Wait, what? That's cheaper than the train, I guess. It would take more than 2 people.
Like, the thing about the train versus the like an airport is like, think about how much extra like shit you have to go through just to get into the airport. Like, just the amount of extra logistics involved in the trip are probably a lot higher that you don't have to deal with on the train.
Oh wow, flights are actually not that cheap. Like something of this distance, a 1 hour 55-minute flight would be very easily 200 round trip. 250 maybe in the US.
Depending on where you're flying to and from.
Like SF to Seattle, you get that for like 150 round trip.
Well, yeah, because those are major hubs. But if you were to like fly of the 3 major airports, like here within an hour, flying out of 2 of them, you'll easily pay like far more than that. But if I were like flying out of Tampa, cheaper, big hub. Flying out of St. Pete, which is like 10-15 miles away from the Tampa airport, stupidly more expensive. Flying out of Sarasota, yet more expensive. So it really depends on where you're flying, where you're going.
Tokyo to Fukuoka. 186 round trip. 2 hours and 10 minutes.
Each way?
That's
No, round trip.
That's
So 91 way.
That's not bad.
Until you realize to take one luggage is like $50 each way.
You don't have Southwest in Japan, that is true.
Yep. And I have to get to Narita, which is an hour from Tokyo. And it also, if I take the Narita Express, it's like $30-$40. So I gotta add 140 to 190.
Yeah, it's been a few years since I looked at anything related to air travel through Japan, because I was setting up a trip for someone going to South Korea, and I wanted to have them go through Japan and just take the shuttle between the 2 airports. Other people wanted it to only be like at most a layover, which meant Shanghai, and that turned into a clusterfuck. Because bad weather on one side of Shanghai meant they landed the airplane at the other airport in Shanghai, but then this person's connecting flight is in the airport they were supposed to go to, but they disembarked them. But they took their luggage to the original airport they were supposed to go to afterwards. And then, oh, by the way, you don't have a transit visa required to leave the airport in Shanghai in order to go to the airport where your flight is.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and apparently the plane was not the most comfortable. And I'm like, you could have gone through Tokyo. You would have gone through the English-speaking portion. You would have gone up to a terminal, which would have had an English option. You would have punched the button to go to get the fare to go to the other airport, clearly labeled, put in your credit card, gotten your ticket, and gotten on the damn train.
So
And
what
it
was their
would-
reasoning? Just like save $10 or something?
No. Didn't want to have the person having to transit between airports, even though it is incredibly streamlined in Japan to do. And
Okay, well, I mean, it sounds
No,
like reasonable.
there is a direct shuttle between the two airports around Tokyo. Direct shuttle.
I get that. I believe it, but sounds reasonable.
Sounds reasonable until you find out they want to go to Shanghai as their layover.
Yeah, you don't want to do a layover in Shanghai or Beijing. It's awful. But
Like,
doing the 1 hour trip between the two airports in Tokyo is actually kind of a pain.
compared to other options, I mean, but then again, this person also complained because they were flying on basically company dime, and God, I forget which one it is they went through, but there's like Incheon and one other in Seoul, and one of them is like right near Seoul, and one of them is 40 minutes outside Seoul. To fly into the one near Seoul, like closer to Seoul, basically in Seoul, it's an executive airport, and you're going to pay at least 3 times as much. They're like, I want to fly into here. I'm like, your entire budget for this trip is about $2,500. Your flight is $1,500 of that. To fly into there will be double your total trip budget. Minimum. Like,
There's another airport outside Seoul?
Inside Seoul? There's Incheon and one other, but it's like an executive international airport. It's far more expensive.
Gimpo International Airport?
Yeah, it's like Gimpo and Incheon or something.
What the fuck is this? Huh. I didn't know it existed.
Yeah, because it costs too fucking much. But that trip was itself a clusterfuck as well, because it was for a conference, and the conference organization had God, I forget what company they were having do it, but they were basically having a travel agency arrange everything through all the various partner hotels, and they assumed that things in Southeast Asia worked like they do in the United States, where you pay after the fact, not beforehand. Which, yeah, didn't go so well for a bunch of people. I had this person booked into a hotel in Gangnam. They're like, I've never heard of that. I'm like, okay, well, there's a really famous song about it, and you want it to be somewhere classy, so I put you in the most opulent, excessive, like plastic-filled part of Seoul. Have fun.
It's like any other like nightclub street of any other big city. It is not that surprising.
No, but people who aren't familiar with it, yeah.
It's like downtown any place.
Well, yeah, but it's like the fashionable part. Or fashion oriented, I guess, during the day.
Sure. It's where all the bars are.
Well, hey, I'm sure this person got shit-faced on their trip. I really don't care what they did.
Probably not a false statement.
My
Seems like
job,
that's pretty easy to do in Korea.
yeah, my job was to set it up so they got there and got back. Or more like could get there and could get back, and they actually had to follow through on that part.
So I looked up the shuttle between Narita and Haneda. It's an hour and 15 minutes and $30. It is pretty convenient because they do leave every 15 minutes.
I mean, her option in Shanghai was convince customs to let her out of the airport and give her a temporary transit visa for which she had no paperwork and no consideration, as well as the fact that, so like in Shanghai at the time, you could get 72-hour pass, but it only was available and only applied if you both entered and left from the same airport. However, even though she was supposed to enter in the one airport because they just decided to land the plane and disembark them at the other airport, that wasn't available. So she had to convince this person to do that. Then she had to catch a taxi with the taxi driver who apparently had the best English available, but didn't really speak English. So they apparently did this like weird ass, both of them trying to Google Translate shit.
You can just, oh god.
And she paid like $50 for the taxi to get to the airport.
Yeah, that's like
Really,
almost 2 hours.
yeah, so I'm just saying Tokyo and the shuttle would have been better.
They're not supposed to land at the other airport. They're like a million miles away from each other.
Yes, yes. But international travel ain't it fun?
They're like 45 miles away from each other.
The airports.
It's 3 hours by train.
What?
This one slow ass train.
It's 2 hours and 40 minutes by bus. And it's like about an hour car, but that's without traffic. And it's Shanghai. You're going to hit traffic. Like, these airports are not meant to... You're not supposed to go between the two airports.
Nope. But yeah, you could fly, or you could take the train, or who knows.
The train is so convenient, though. It is more frequent than BART, our local transit system. It's kind of retarded.
That's a good thing.
BART's a pretty dysfunctional system. It works, but it's not a great system.
Can't be worse than the buses around here.
Well, I am only comparing it to other light rail type solutions.
Oh yeah, this is all buses here. We don't have light rail, but the buses here used to basically only run about 13 hours a day.
Ugh.
They would you depending on your route, they'd start around like 5:30 to 6ish, and they'd end 6:30 to 7ish at night.
How do you get home?
Work 9 to 5.
And then you go get, like, dinner with your coworkers?
No.
Not if you want to get home.
Well, clearly.
Oh, well, unless you
And
want to go home with them.
and then they expanded it to like 9 to 10 p.m. at night, depending on the route, and a bunch of that has been scaled back because the bus system in this county costs so much to run that they've like actually commissioned studies on it. If you discount the fact that there are a number of people who ride the bus because they can't use a car, like they're disabled or they have DUIs or whatever, they don't have a license, okay? If you discount that and just count them as people who would perfectly be able to use a car, it would cost them less money to give every single person a no interest loan to purchase their own vehicle and have them pay it back at the same rate at which they pay bus fare than it would be to actually run the bus system in this county.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of sad. But then at the same time, they'll complain that the cheap bus pass system for students costs too much. So whatever.
Oh, you said that they drove from Tokyo to Okinawa.
Or yeah, somewhere along that route. It was some YouTube video, like they were road tripping or something.
That's like you drive like 20 hours and you go take a ferry.
Yeah, I do recall there being a ferry in their trip.
Like 4 ferries. That's a really dumb drive, by the way.
You have to be committed to it, I think.
2100 km.
They're like people who make YouTube videos. That's probably that. They don't have regular jobs. They're like, hey, we can make a ton of road trip videos. That's how we'll make content.
41 hours later. It's like cross-country US.
Yeah, it does. Isn't Japan basically the same length as the north-south as like the eastern seaboard, give or take?
If you like try to drive from, yeah,
I don't think it's quite that far.
If you actually try to drive from like Kagoshima,
It's probably the west coast.
Yeah. Well, it depends how far, right? Because like, you can technically drive into Hokkaido, and then you can technically drive to Okinawa. Apparently, it's a
Really?
thing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's like, this is like 500 like miles of ocean, but that's fine.
Is that really fine? Like, boats are not that fast.
So this is like a distance, what's that, 450 miles? It's like if you drove to LA and back.
But you're not driving. You're on a boat.
You're on a boat, yeah, for like 70% of that, yeah.
I mean, like, I worked on a high-speed ferry, and the high-speed ferry is not even 2/3 of highway speed.
Like the directions are continue to 45 for 9 minutes, and then take the toll road ferry for 23 hours.
Okay, yeah.
And then get to Okinawa and drive for like an hour. And then you're there.
Nice. You know what you should do? You should look up the Google Maps directions if you're going by foot.
Do they tell you to take a kayak?
Rowboat, but yeah.
Oh no, it's actually a walkable thing, because you only walk like 5 miles and then you get on a ferry. And the ferry goes directly to Okinawa.
Well, but if you like when you do, I don't know if they changed it, but when you would say to do it by foot, anytime you had to cross a body of water that would be impassable without a vehicle, they'd tell you to take a rowboat. So, I don't know.
Sorry, we could not calculate walking directions. Aww.
Or that.
Darn. Oh, they...
Wow, I didn't realize how much of Okinawa was just a giant fucking city.
Yeah.
The bottom third of it is just a big city.
City and a military base?
I mean, I guess some of that's a little bit of that's farmland. Well, no, maybe a bunch of it. Okay. It just looks very built.
Oh, it's also really cool how they, like, if you try to do 2 points that are really far away, instead of the standard Mercator projection, it'll actually switch to like a globe.
All things are supposed to be based on the globe now.
No, like
They
Google
changed it a
Maps.
couple. Yeah, they changed it a couple months ago or something.
Oh, yeah, that's new. Well, no, if you go in far enough, it...
Yeah, well, then it has to convert to a flat map when you go in far enough. But they apparently switched out everything to not use the Mercator stuff because people found it offensive because it projected things in the southern hemisphere as smaller than they actually were in scale.
Fair.
But their specific
if you zoom
projection...
far enough, the fact that it looks Mercator isn't really... Like, the fact that it looks like square, right? It's just because you're zoomed in far enough. I don't think you could tell the difference between the two.
Fair enough. Yeah, these are definitely, like, not flat map tiles. This is really cool. When did they do this? Ooh, really.
I just like being able to, rotate it. You hold control and it's pretty good.
You know what I miss? I miss the Wii Weather channel.
Never used it.
It had a zoomable globe that you could like grab with the Wiimote cursor and just spin randomly. And then just like stop it and then zoom in on an area and see the weather. But they
I do wonder how
for
often Google Maps like updates their satellite and whatever. I was like just looking around. I was like, wait a second, let's look at Paradise. Oh, look, it's a city.
If you actually get the satellite photo view instead of the topographical or the map view, there will be a copyright on the pictures they're used for it.
Yeah, it tells you when they took it.
Oh, just the year though. I mean, that's interesting.
Tells you the month too, or it used to.
I'm not seeing it right now.
This one doesn't. It just says 2018. Maybe Street View will have a precise date. Ah, captured February 2013. Yeah.
Street View?
Yeah.
I'm curious, of course, because I'm like, I wonder how long it'll take before they. Oh, I wonder if. I should have gone and looked at the Sonoma stuff after the fire last year. I wonder if it'll be long enough that you can't even tell.
Wow. The picture they use for my house is it's from April 2014.
Yeah, a lot of places. They're like, look, we got a picture. What do you want?
Pretty much. Let's see. They've got the stack of 2 tires in the front yard from when my stepsister and her husband like blew out tires and then just tried to put them in the trash. And they've got my stepmom's sister's car from when she was just basically bumming around here. Yeah.
Am I stupid? It won't let me go down Street View. Oh, maybe this little dragging thing is broken.
You can't like zoom in all the way anymore. You zoom in far enough and it'll bring up a picture that you have to click in the corner.
Actually, that did work for me. And like I was trying to drag the person onto the street, and that one didn't work. I was looking at the house I used to live at in Seattle. Still looks mostly the same, except they put up one of those obnoxious like speed signs with a big set of lights and a little PV receptor, and it's just because it's a school zone, like right in the middle of the yard. It's like, thanks, guys.
There's the road work ahead sign from when they were changing out the north-south road street for the neighborhood area, in which they basically made the road not as wide, which made it less safe, and they put in a bunch of pointless medians with greenery and stuff, which no one maintains, and all the medians are set up in such a way as to actually block people's access to homes without going further north or south on the road and going around a roundabout to basically U-turn and go back the other way.
Oh, Slog's on time. Wait, can you fill up the doodle?
Can we what?
Fill up the doodle.
Where's the doodle?
Link under calendar.
Ah, I muted that channel, that's right. I don't know yet. I was actually thinking of planning something.
Yeah, I don't know for certain stuff. It'll depend on what my family wants to do. But I'm going to sleep, so later.
Laters.
Alright, well I can make some. I can at least commit to these at least. Yeah, I don't know about Christmas in the next week. That's what I'm trying to decide is which week do I want to go up. Your name.
I know, right? I mean, turns out pretty much most people already know.
Well, if we've been raiding together for that long, I can't promise I would be perfect with.
I mean, I don't know Tylit's name or Tam's name.
But it's different because Carrot, you and I would have been the three to make the slip, so to speak.
Right.
And I know that I did a couple times, and so I was like, oh, I'll just always refer to them as their name. So even when it's just the three of us, I tend to call Carrot Carrot.
You should call a carrot a carrot.
I mean, there's only two names that are okay, right? It's Carrot and Potato. Oh, 11 o'clock. I worked for 6 hours today on a flowchart.
Enemy force sighted on the horizon.
Sounds awful.
I've not been putting it off. I have been trying to fix things for other people and not fall behind on my other duty for like 2 weeks. So that's this flowchart has been put off for like 2 or 3 weeks before the mission. So it's the first step in designing the next project. So it's not bad. I just you just feel really stupid spending 6 hours on a flowchart and still not.
Concentrate fire on the designated
But I am trying to capture the planning department and everything that it does in flowcharts. I don't know if you know anything about that.
About what?
About like government and how they build buildings and stuff, and departments and stuff. But there's basically the planning department, which is the ones that decide who was allowed to build where. And then there's the building department, which decides is this gonna kill anybody. So the building department's pretty, as far as we're concerned, it's kind of because it's kind of black and white most of the time. And when it's not black is like, well, if you build some sidewalks outside your house, that's probably okay. Or how about you donate $500,000 to an art charity? But in addition to that, you also need to expand these sewer lines and pay to widen the road because you're going to cause extra traffic. And we're just like, oh my god. It's completely discretionary. There's no rules to it. So, it's fun. Also, if there was ever such a thing as corruption and pay to play, it is all happening in the planet. These are the people who do that. And so, like, I'm getting advice from some of my coworkers who one of the guys who used to run the building department in a different building official. He's like, well, that might be what you want to do, but they probably don't want any paper trail for this section right here. Because what will happen is they'll say, can we build this? And they're saying, no, it's against the zoning. They're saying, well, I work for Google, and I will give my employees each a $5,000 bonus so they can each give you a $2,500 contribution to your political campaign next season, if you say yes.
That's not fishy at all.
Which, of course, in the real world, you can't, like, it's obviously wouldn't be that quite so direct, but that's kind of the kinds of discussions we have. I actually have no idea how a large company pays its employees and get them to donate. I don't even know if that would work or not. This guy's like 64. He ran the building department like this guy is. Very esteemed. He ran the best building department in the country.
The ship is on fire.
From no penis. They got a lot of awards for like being extremely well run.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Alright, I'm gonna go chat. I gotta play my mobile game before the reset.
Take care.
I might play some Monster Hunter later, but probably not much. I might just do some like builds for them and do crafting and stuff. So.
Our team is taking the lead. in sight. ship is on fire. Problem solved, sir. Taking the lead. I need intelligence data. All forces, capture that area. Our victory is in sight. guns in 5 minutes. Extraction stations. Let's give them a hard time. Acknowledged. Enemy destroyer sighted. Enemy cruiser detected. Enemy battleship foundered. stations. All stations, proceed to capture that area. All stations, protect that target. Attention, reporting the target position. Affirmative. All stations, reporting the position of a strategic target. Smoke generator started. Attention, reporting the target position. Smoke screen set.